Ковтунець Володимир Віталійович, IMMERSIVE Technologies for Assessing Learning Outcomes for Professional Qualification Seekers. Vitaly Volodymyrych, do you see, do you hear us? Yes.
Thank you.
Please.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, thank you for the opportunity to present some research outcomes concerning professional qualification. Sorry. This is, in some sense, new field of activity for Ukrainian education trainers, for our employers, etc., etc. Starting from 2017, we develop and implement national qualification system according to agreement with the European Union, and this is right now it is very important for us to become a member of the European Union. Really, in qualification system, Ukraine has got all rights which have full membership of European Union, but also we are responsible to implement these ideas. In some sense, national qualification system should be a bridge between education system and labor market, because many employers are not satisfied with qualification which have graduates from our vet schools, our university, etc., etc. And this system should cover this gap. So we separate education qualifications and professional qualification. With regard to educational qualifications, we have not so difficult problems, because we have some experience, and usually teachers, professors have good practice to assess, to conduct summative assessment of graduates. But professional qualification is new. Professional qualification, according to law, should be formed by professional or occupational standard. There is no professional qualification without professional standard. Right now, according to the law, our educational institutions also have right to award professional qualification. Usually, vet schools, according to special law, award professional qualification according to classifier of occupation and so-called qualification characteristic. It is not accepted for European Union, but we have not so much professional standards. Universities, according to the new law on higher education, universities may have a right to award professional qualification, but only it is anticipated by study program, and this program is accredited. And finally, all qualification centers which are accredited with regard to some qualification are charged to award professional qualification. And in this case, they face a lot of difficulties. This is a sample, one page of occupational standard. What is it? First three columns, it come from employers. What labor working function should be performed, what labor actions or integrated professional competence should be required, and later what learning outcomes, knowledge, skills must ensure ability to perform labor functions. According to new version of national qualification framework, we have 4 descriptors of learning outcomes. If we before 2019 we had only knowledge and skills, now we have communication and responsibility and autonomy. And qualification centers have some specific position. They conduct external assessment of learning outcome. They usually should not train applicants. It is big difference between, for example, vet schools and qualification center. Vet school teachers may use results of the formative assessment to make conclusion about summative assessment. Qualification centers has not outcomes of formative assessment. They deal with some black box, and the task is to understand what is content of this black box of applicant, what are knowledge, and what are skills to apply this knowledge, to use it in this knowledge in professional work, what skills they have, and how they are able to perform working activity, working functions independently and responsibly. So during some examination, professional qualification centers should make conclusion if the applicant may perform activity with regard to professional standards, assessing skill, knowledge, skills, and ability to perform responsibly and independently. I have to remind again, they deal with a black box. They maybe never met these applicants before and maybe never will meet in the future. And they are responsible for this certificate because this certificate is on professional qualification is included in National Register of Qualifications. And that means that, that they guarantee quality of this professional qualification. And we have some approaches to assess skills, first of all, because knowledge, if qualification center assess knowledge, they have to assess knowledge at least at the set level of Bloom taxonomy, not level. So really, qualification center should assess skills, and assessment on simulator may be very prospective method for good assessment, because there are different reasons to avoid more complicated or more cost method. Ukraine has very interesting experience in using immersive technologies in training and assessment, of course. For example, pilots. Pilot school in Kremenchuk trained and assessed the students using special simulator of Ukrainian aircraft An-26. Our National University of Kyiv also had very good simulator, which allowed to simulate 6 or 7 types of aircrafts. Sailors also in Kherson Academy, sorry, it was partially destroyed, but in Kherson Academy, Maritime Academy, and Odessa Maritime Academy have good simulators to train sailors, to train officers, maritime officers. Very interesting experience has the Tech Academy. They constructed a virtual reality helmet for electricians. Very interesting because applicants should perform some working functions in this virtual reality, and if he or she touch some elements under voltage, she feels light electric shock. So this reality is very close to virtual reality. Is very close to real reality. In medicine, there is good experience of application such a system, but we are only at the beginning. These techniques are demanded for different activities, different fields. First of all, car, truck drivers. We see a lot of tragedies in Ukraine because of drivers don't know traffic rules or don't have good skills to avoid accidents, and a system of assessment in our examinations it is insufficient. Self-testing, self-choice test for assessment of knowledge is inaccessible, unuseful. All these the test items are open, and of course, in driver schools, trainers only trained to remember all these test items. At the same time, we have good reality. Please use any gaming software to assess knowledge of traffic rules, driving in virtual reality through Kyiv or Rivne or Lviv, etc. And it is real assessment of knowledge at third or even fourth level of Bloom's taxonomy. There are another fields: cybersecurity, software development, design, electric welding, even election commissioners. I have had such experience to apply some elements of immersive technology to train and to assess professional qualification of election commissioners. And with regard to modern opportunities of artificial intelligence, we have to understand that it discover new opportunities. First of all, assessment of essay. Essay is a crucially important test item in our ZNO languages, Ukrainian, foreign language, etc. But assess of essay is very complicated task, and is very costly task. So essay, our USECA center cannot use essay in too often because it is too costly. There were different approach 10 years ago, as I remember, some approaches to apply computer to assess essay, but they were not successful. Artificial intelligence may be trained successfully and simplify assessment of essay, and essay may be applied more oftenly in testing. Essay is much better than closed test items. We right now develop some application of assessment technology to assess qualification of social workers, psychologists. We observed that really traditional oral exam doesn't guarantee that applicant is able to communicate with patient. They may communicate with assessor, but in reality, they may face difficulties. And artificial intelligence may change a part of this examination. We developed some ideas how to invite actors to play some games with applicants, but as I thought, this approach may be too costly. Of course, these ideas face forward some challenges. The first is the cost. We saw that development of such tools is very costly. For example, the tech helmet cost more than $30,000. It's very costly, and it may be applied only on massive training and massive assessment. Relevancy between reality and virtual reality. First of all, it concerns the ability to perform responsibly and autonomously. Working with simulator, applicant understands that he or she is safe because the simulator aircraft will never crash down to Earth. But in reality, it is another situation. And of course, teamwork. Very difficult to assess disability. So our experience said that two approaches should be combined to assess professional qualification, process professional qualification. First of all, some immersive technology or virtual reality technologies, and finally at the working place, if possible, of course. And once more important problem is that for applicants using virtual or augmented reality technologies is a new challenge. What we assess? We assess professional skills, and we assess skills to work in this virtual reality, and how to separate these different skills. We should not assess skills to work with virtual reality. It is not labor function of this profession, but it may make important, very strong impulse. So it should be took into consideration when we are going to apply this technology to assess it. Thank you very much. Дякую за увагу.